Today, we're diving into the novel The Birch Garden. It's this incredible story about how a house can hold on to the past, and how sometimes, the best way to start healing is to just get your hands dirty.
The whole story kicks off with this line. It's so simple, but it's got this weight to it, doesn't it? It immediately sets this mysterious tone and makes you feel like the house isn't just a building, it's a character, one that's been waiting for something to happen.
All right, so first we meet our protagonist, Francesca. She's a widow, and she is just completely lost. And then she stumbles upon this house, a place that feels like it has its own ghosts, and it seems to be calling out to her.
I mean, this just says it all, right? After her husband, Michael, died, Francesca is just adrift. She's not just looking for a new place to live. She's desperately searching for a new way to live, a path forward from all that grief.
And you've got to understand, this isn't a logical choice she's making. She's seen plenty of other houses, the sensible ones. But there's just something about this forgotten, neglected house that really speaks to her.
So check this out. On one side, you have these perfectly fine houses, sensible but expensive and honestly a little boring. And on the other side, you've got Ash Tree House. It's literally described as trouble. It's been empty for ages, but it has good bones. And, this is key, she can actually afford it. It's almost like she's drawn to the challenge, maybe seeing a reflection of her own life in something that needs mending.
And here is the big mystery. It's not just an old, neglected house. People have tried to make a life here, young couples with big dreams, and every single one of them has run for the hills. So the question is, what is it about this place that drives everyone away?
So against everyone's advice, she buys the house. And that's when her journey really takes a turn. She finds something that connects her directly, tangibly, to the house's past.
This is it. This is the moment everything changes. In this rundown little summer house, she finds a notebook. And it's not just a list of plants and when to prune them. It's like finding a diary. It's a window right into the soul of the woman who lived there before, Vivian Calder.
The first entry is so full of optimism and hope. You can just feel Vivian's excitement, right? She's starting this new project, totally in love with her garden. But that hopeful feeling, well, it doesn't last.
Just 5 months later, look at the shift. The garden isn't just a project anymore, it's a sanctuary. It's a place where she can fail without being judged. That tells you everything. There's a deep sadness here, a hidden story just waiting to be uncovered.
And this is where Francesca just clicks with Vivian's story. She starts writing in the notebook too, creating this amazing dialogue across time. She realizes they're both dealing with the same thing, trying to figure out how to live inside the profound silence that grief leaves behind. So now, Francesca's curiosity is on fire. She's not just a homeowner, she's basically a detective, trying to piece together the life of this woman and the sorrow that seems to haunt the property.
So here are the clues she starts gathering. Her neighbor, Joyce, talks about the house having a residue of grief. Ooh, spooky. Then Martin, the gardener, drops a name, Margaret. He says she and Vivian were close, and then one day, she just vanished from Vivian's life. The plot thickens.
And then she finds it, the physical proof. Tucked away is this old photo of Vivian with another woman, an arm slung around her shoulder, looking so happy. And on the back, it says it all, Margaret and me. They were clearly more than just friends. Okay, so this is where we get to the real heart of the story. The truth about Vivian's past finally comes out, and we see exactly how it mirrors Francesca's own journey toward healing. And the truth is really complex. So Vivian was technically married to a man named Tom, but Tom was gay and a very dear friend. He knew her true partner was Margaret. They called it an arrangement, a way for them to live their lives in a time that was less accepting. And this timeline just lays out the whole tragedy. When Tom got really sick, Vivian felt she had to devote herself to caring for him. But Margaret felt abandoned, and it led to this awful fight that shattered their relationship. And the saddest part? After Tom died, neither of them ever reached out. They let pride and regret keep them apart forever, leaving Vivian utterly alone.
When you put their stories side by side like this, the parallel is just striking, isn't it? Both women lost the love of their life. Both were treated into silence. But here's the difference. For Vivian, the garden was a private place to hide with her grief. For Francesca, uncovering that hidden story becomes her path out of her own grief.
So this brings us to the final act. We get to see Francesca's own transformation, where she stops just living in the past and starts actively building a future for herself and for the garden to store. Her healing really happens in these 3 clear steps. First, she physically brings the garden back to life.
Then, she finds Margaret and gives a voice to Vivian's long-buried story. And finally, and this is a huge step, she decides to open the gates and share it all with her community.
And the result is just amazing. On the day of the village festival, when she finally opens that gate, nearly 60 people pour in. This space that was once a prison of private grief becomes this beautiful, shared place of community.
And that's really the core lesson here. Healing didn't come from ignoring the past or paving it over. Francesca healed herself and the house by taking its story of loss and weaving it into a new, vibrant future built on connection. So that leaves us with this final, beautiful question. The stories suggest that our pasts, even the painful parts, they aren't just ruins we have to demolish. They're gardens. And if we tend to them, maybe we can help them bloom again.